So if you've ever even thought about buying or selling a house, you've probably heard this word thrown around: concessions. Today, we're going to demystify it. We'll break down exactly what concessions are, and more importantly, why they're one of the most powerful tools out there for both buyers and sellers. Okay, let's be real. Buying or selling a home, it's a huge deal, right? It's complicated, it can be super stressful, and sometimes a deal feels like it's just one wrong move away from completely falling apart. So, what's the secret? How do you actually get everyone to the finish line? Well, a lot of the time, the secret sauce, the thing that gets a tricky deal done, it all comes down to one powerful concept: concessions. All right, so what on earth are we talking about here? It sounds kind of formal, but trust me, it's pretty simple. Let's just break it down. At its core, a concession is basically any perk or incentive that one side offers the other to make the whole deal just a little bit sweeter. It's all about sweetening the pot to get that transaction over the finish line. Okay, so that's the textbook definition. But what does this stuff actually look like in the wild? You know, when you're in the middle of a real deal. Let's see how concessions really work in action. This is where the rubber meets the road. A really common one is the seller offering to pay for some of the buyer's closing costs. I mean, that can be thousands of dollars that a buyer suddenly doesn't have to worry about. Or let's say an inspection turns up a leaky roof or an old water heater. The seller might offer a credit for those repairs. They could even offer to cover a year's worth of HOA fees or pay for a home warranty, just to give the buyer a little extra peace of mind. It's all about finding that financial middle ground. So, from the buyer's side of the table, why should you care about this? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, the advantage is huge. Let's dive into the buyer's perspective. For you, the buyer, it's all about one thing: lowering that giant mountain of cash you have to bring to the table on closing day. I mean, if a seller covers a few % of your closing costs, that's real money you can keep in your pocket for moving expenses or new furniture. And in a market with higher interest rates, having that extra cash can literally be the one thing that makes buying a home possible. Okay, but hold on. This isn't just a free-for-all for buyers, right? Why in the world would a seller just give away money? Let's flip this around and look at the strategy from their perspective. Yeah, for a seller, concessions are actually a super smart, strategic tool. I mean, think about it. If you're in a market with a ton of other houses for sale, offering to cover closing costs makes your house the one that stands out. It attracts more buyers, and what's the goal? To sell faster. Because every single month the house just sits there, the seller is paying the mortgage, taxes, insurance. A concession that closes the deal a month sooner can actually save them money. So you've got a big win for the buyer, right? And you've got a really clever strategy for the seller. When you put those two things together, you get to the real heart of what concessions are. You really have to think of it as a win-win tool. Seriously, this isn't about someone winning and someone losing. It's about finding that creative middle ground that lets everybody walk away happy and get what they want. Because at the end of the day, when you strip everything else away, the whole point is just to keep the deal moving forward smoothly. That's it. It's the grease and wheels that helps everyone get to the finish line without picking falling apart. So, that kind of brings us to the big takeaway here. The next time you find yourself in a negotiation, whether you're buying or selling, just ask yourself, what's that one perk that would be a total game changer for you? It's a really powerful question to have in your back pocket.